Welcome to another edition of Mindful Moments by the Behavioral Health Teams. Every day, we face hundreds of emotion-provoking stimuli, and most of them require some action or response from our end. It's only natural for the mind to get hooked into some negative contemplation or unmindfully ignore emotions after getting bombarded with so many stimuli every day. Let's take a look at a video clip from the movie Inside Out that describes 5 emotional reactions. Learning to appropriately regulate our emotions allows us time to think and act before we react to the fight or flight triggers of the stimulus around us. Emotional regulation allows us to carefully judge which effective outcomes to embrace and which ones to avoid. The greater the gap between the stimulus and response, the greater chance for balanced thinking and reasoning. As a result, we can save ourselves from sudden emotional breakdowns or burnout. Self-regulation is all about pausing between feelings and reactions. It encourages us to slow down for a bit and act after objectively evaluating the situation. Today we are going to look at 6 of the most helpful skills regarding emotion regulation. The first skill we will look at is self-awareness. Self-awareness is learning to appropriately notice and name the emotion, and developing a balanced response to it is vital to emotional regulation. The second skill we will look at is mindfulness. Mindfulness lets us explore and identify all aspects of the external world, including our emotional reaction to the stimulus around us. There are many different mindfulness practices that allow us to practice being present. Mindfulness practice is universally recognized for its stress reaction reducing benefits. The third skill set is cognitive reappraisal. Cognitive reappraisal is the skill of looking at a situation from your original perspective and learning to try to look at it from a whole new perspective. One thing you can do is to ask yourself, is this the only way to view this situation? You can also ask, are my thoughts true, kind, or helpful? Do they help me accomplish my goals? Ask yourself, what information does the other person involved have that I don't have that led them to come to this conclusion? The fourth skill set is adaptability. Emotional dysregulation lowers our adaptability to life changes. We become more prone to distractions and fail our coping mechanisms, which is why we often start resisting changes. For example, when you feel stressful emotions that you want to avoid, you might end up destructively reacting to them. In situations that are emotionally difficult, it helps to take a moment and ask yourself, what if your best friend was experiencing this same thing? Would you treat them the same way you are treating the person you are interacting with, or worse, yourself? Oftentimes we are kinder to others than we are to ourselves. The fifth skill set, self-compassion, is one that is often overlooked and undervalued. It is important to deliberately set aside time every day for ourselves in order to recharge our emotional batteries. Doing this on a regular basis will help us build our emotional regulation skills. Reminding ourselves of our talents, virtues, values, and relationships can change the way we feel and react to our emotions. The sixth and final skill set we are talking about today is emotional support. Stress and unchecked mental health concerns can leave us feeling alone and/or abandoned. This makes us vulnerable to make decisions we might later regret. Remember, it is important to stay connected to family, friends, and loved ones. It helps to find purpose and meaning in your work. You are not alone. This concludes our discussion on emotional regulation skills. This presentation was adapted from an article on positivepsychology.com. We do want to give credit where credit is due. Stay safe, be healthy and kind. Thank you for what you do. And don't forget to take care of yourselves.